Hello, Kate here. This is the third video part of my series on how to rebuild your deck. In this case, we're going to be looking at how to build those awesome privacy fences behind me. Enjoy! I've determined that this is where I want one of the post holders going on the deck, so I'm going to use a pen and mark off the holes where I will be pre-drilling and then bolting it to the deck. This is the size of the screw that I'm using to bolt this down. And you can see the drill bit I'm using is a little bit smaller, and so this is just so that when I screw this in, it's going to be a really tight fit. If you use a bigger bit than this size, it's going to be useless. I'm going to show you here how to make this post plumb. So I'm going to start off with this tool. This gives me a good idea as to whether it's plumb or not. So here you can see on this side we're good, so I don't need to move it this way. This is plumb. On this side you can't really see but it's way off. I should be pushing this forward a little bit. So I'm going to get that into position. Okay, and then I'm going to put a shimmy down one side of this so that when I take my hand off of it, it's still level. And now I can tighten it. I've dug my hole, and now I'm going to be putting the post in and cementing it in. So the first thing I did was put a couple inches of gravel at the bottom, and now I will put the post in. The first thing I'm doing is making sure that this last post aligns with the new post I'm putting in. So I'm going to use a board for reference, a straight board. So first things first, I need to screw this in. Okay, now I can move it around, make sure it is flush with the first post I put in. The second piece I'm putting on is just going to hold it in place. So I'll make it so that it's maneuverable. Okay, same with this piece that I'll be adding here. So this is going to keep it in place on this side, and once I get it into the right position, I can kind of wedge this board into the ground, then I pour my cement. So I've attached both pieces, and now I'm going to use this tool here to make sure that it's plumb on both sides. So you can see here, I don't know if you can possibly see that. On this side it's level, so I know we're good, or plumb. On this side it looks like I need to bring it this way a little bit. So once I get into position, I'm going to kind of wedge these in the ground and then get my cement ready. So here's a look before I pour the cement in. Again, I've got that brace in place to make sure that I've got the boards in line, and then I have it braced on the ground on this side and braced on the ground on this side. Now we're going to start adding the fence boards to the posts here that I have. So especially for the first board, you want to make sure that it's level. So I'll be checking to make sure that each board is level, spacing them out as I go. This is a spacer I'll be using between the fence boards, so I want to make sure it's aligned on this side, and then I'm going to put it in the post. And then I do the same thing on this side. So here's the first section I've done with the privacy fence boards, and I'll be putting something at the top. I'm just not sure yet what I'm going to do. You can see here that I had to add in a little bit of a lip. Now this is so that my boards have something to attach to on this side, because it's a little bit of an odd angle down there. One of the things you might want to do if you had to use any sort of shim for the posts to make them plumb is you might want to clean these off. So what you do is I like to use just a hammer, and I kind of crank it back and then remove it. Or you can use an X-Acto knife, slice it here so you get a really clean line. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe below. Thank you for watching.